Let's have a sesh on cash flow and profit. Cash flow and profit are different things. They are not the same thing. Cash flow, or net cash flow, is inflows minus outflows. Profit is revenue minus costs. Let's go through 3 reasons why cash flow and profit are not the same thing. Reason number 1 is that if you offer credit for a sale, so you allow your customers to have the product today, but you do not require the cash for the product until a few days later or a few months later, being effectively credit, then on day 1, well, you've actually made the sale, you've got revenue, but you have not got the cash yet, you have not got the inflow. So clearly there is a difference here between your cash flow and your profit. Reason number 2 is depreciation on non-current assets. Non-current assets means long-term things that you own, such as a car, and a car depreciates. So if you bought a car for £10,000, well, that's clearly going to be an outflow. That £10,000 is an outflow of cash, you had to buy it. But it's treated differently on the other side, because if the car that was £10,000 1 year later is now worth £9,000, well then you have to take 10,000 minus 9,000, so 1,000, and that is the cost, because that's how much value you've lost here. So it's effectively a cost, that depreciation of the car. Third reason why you might get differences between profit and cash flow and why they are not the same thing is you might take out a bank loan. If you take out a bank loan, clearly, let's just say it's £10,000, well that's going to be an inflow of £10,000. But there's not revenue, so it's not classed like anything on that side. Well, in fact, it's actually different because it's going to be a cost, because that loan you need to pay back repayments and interest on these repayments. So you'll see that as a cost in your profit side. Okay. So we've dealt with why cash flow and profit is not the same thing. It's important to look at the pros, why it's good to have positive cash flow. Well, the reason why it's good is because you're able to pay your suppliers on time. You're able to pay your employees on time, so you can keep those stakeholders happy, keep them sweet. And you're able to handle unforeseen events. As well as that, you're able to take advantage of opportunities. And if you've got positive cash flow, then it's going to really help to facilitate you to expand your business. Now, clearly the opposite of the pros of positive cash flow is effectively the consequence of having bad cash flow, having poor cash flow, negative cash flow. And it's just inside out here. So if you've got poor cash flow, well, you might not be able to pay your suppliers on time. You might ruin the relationships with them. You might not be able to pay your employees on time. They might become more demotivated. You might be unable to handle unforeseen events. You could become bankrupt or insolvent. And you may not be able to take advantage of opportunities, so you'll reduce your profits. And it's going to make it harder if you've got poor cash flow to be able to expand your business. So I hope that helps with cash flow and profit. They're not the same thing, and I'll see you at the next session.